Alright, y'all, let's do a teardown of the PSP 1000. This is the 1001. Mind you, I do not know all the technical jargon, but I've taken it apart successfully and reassembled it. So let's take apart the front panel, which is going to be 7 screws, 1 on the bottom and 6 on the back, 2 on the right hand side and 4 on the left hand side inside the battery compartment, 2 of which are going to be under a warranty sticker that you don't have to worry about. Now, once you have those screws removed, go ahead and wiggle the front panel off and we'll move on to step 2. Step 2, we're going to be removing the button strip on the bottom where the home button is and the volume buttons. There's going to be little bitty nubs on the left hand and right hand side. You'll use a flathead to wiggle it in there and pry them upwards, and then remove the ribbon on the right hand side. With all these ribbon doors, make sure you start from the center and kind of use a tiny flathead to pry it open. Now be gentle with all of these because obviously it's old tech and they are sensitive. They might break, but as long as you're gentle, you should be all right. Step 3, just remove the triggers. You got to wiggle them out. Step 4, we're going to remove the screen. There's going to be 4 nubs, 2 on each side, and then also 2 ribbons under the screen. Now with the nubs, you have to kind of stick the flathead downwards into the slots, like the crevices, and kind of pry it open. Move the flathead upwards to kind of lift the screen, but be gentle obviously because the screen is sensitive. Once you remove 2 on the left hand or right hand side, the other 2 should obviously be easier to pry open. And if there's glue, just go ahead and remove the glue. Now, once you get the screen off, there's going to be 2 ribbons. One is extremely tiny, so be gentle with it. The other one is big, so you have to start from the center and work your way out, kind of slide the flathead from the center out on each side. And once you get those open, you can use your fingers or maybe some tweezers or use your thumb to kind of push the ribbons out. Just be gentle with them, obviously. Now, step 5, we're going to remove the metal frame. I would rotate the system 180 degrees. There's going to be 7 screws. Either keep track of the screws by writing notes or take a picture. But I mean, usually these are all the same size except for the tiny silver ones and the black ones. But just keep track of which screws are which. I'd suggest writing notes or just watching the video in reverse. Now, once you have the 7 screws removed, you're going to use the UMD tray opener to free the frame. Just open the tray and kind of like wiggle it a little bit. It's okay to be firm, but just wiggle it until it's free. Step 6, we're going to remove the AC screw. Step 7, we're going to remove the board and the ribbon. Just go ahead and pry it open. And as far as the ribbon, obviously open the door, be gentle with this, and then remove that little flap where the trigger goes. All you got to do is peel it. Just be gentle, obviously. Step 8, we're going to remove the D-pad screw and the ribbon. Once you remove the screw, go ahead and flip it over to the right hand side and remove that ribbon. Step 9, we're going to remove the UMD ribbon. Now for the UMD ribbon, you have to use either 2 flatheads or just kind of finagle your way to open them up, because there's a left hand side and a right hand side. Once you're removing one, like pushing it outwards to the right, the other one will close. So you have to kind of like wiggle them both, you know, simultaneously, or just get one open and hope the other one doesn't close. But just go ahead and wiggle them. Step 10, we're going to remove the speakers. Now I used tweezers to, you know, clamp onto the little plug, but gently wiggle it out. And then if you want to get the speakers out themselves, go ahead and I used a flathead to kind of pry it open. Just make sure that if you're poking in there, don't poke the speaker itself. Just, you know, grab onto the plastic. You could also use the tweezers as well. Step 11, we're going to remove the last board screw. Step 12, we're going to remove the AC adapter. Just kind of wiggle the little flaps of adhesive. And then also remove the little button flap. You just have to pry it open a little bit. Step 13, we're going to remove the bottom ribbon. Step 14, we're going to pry the board. Start from the bottom up. Step 15, we're going to remove the frame screw. Step 16, we're going to remove the memory screws. There's 2 of them. Step 17, we're going to pry the D-pad board, and then under that there's a little metal flap. Step 16, we're going to remove the UMD door and the tray. For the door, there's little nubs on the bottom left hand and right hand corner. Just go ahead and pry it open. Be gentle, because I mean, you don't want to tear up the plastic, but you just have to push the left hand side all the way to the right. Just kind of squeeze it and then lift it up. Same thing with the UMD tray. There should be metal rungs and little nubs as we've seen with the screen and the button strip. Just go ahead and wiggle it and try and pry it open. Step 17, we're going to remove the UMD driver. There's only 4 screws. And after that, we should have successfully disassembled our PSP. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you slap the like button, hit subscribe, because it helps out a lot. And I appreciate it very much, man. But in the meantime, have a beautiful day and a wonderful night, man. Peace.